They told you all your life that the only way to make money is to work harder, clock in earlier, stay later, sacrifice your time, your health, your dreams just to survive. But what if the world has been lying to you? What if money isn't made by working, but by thinking? Napoleon Hill once said, "More gold has been mined from the mines of men than has ever been taken from the earth." The greatest wealth in history did not come from sweat. It came from ideas, vision, belief, and courage. Today, you're about to understand a truth that schools never taught you and society never wanted you to know. Your mind is the real factory. Your thoughts are the real currency, and your imagination is the real source of wealth. Let's start with a truth that most people never question, a truth that sits in plain sight, yet almost nobody sees. Hard work alone has never built empires. If pure effort created wealth, then the world would look very different. Every construction worker lifting steel under the sun, every cleaner working long hours late at night, every farmer waking up before dawn to feed the world would be a millionaire by now. But they're not. Not because they lack strength or discipline or dedication. They work harder than anyone else. And still, society taught them that work is the only path. They were conditioned to believe that sweat equals success. But that's not how the world really works. Napoleon Hill saw something the world refused to see. Money doesn't reward effort. Money rewards value. And here's the chain reaction he discovered. Value follows ideas. Ideas come from the mind. Therefore, the mind, not muscle, is the real source of wealth. Look at every wealthy individual in history. They didn't rise because they worked longer hours. They rose because they thought differently. They used their minds as tools, not their bodies as engines. Most people wake up with one goal: go to work, punch in, punch out, repeat the cycle. But the wealthy wake up with a different purpose. How do I think today? What problem can I solve? What system can I build? What idea can multiply itself? While the masses chase paycheck, the wealthy chase possibility. While others rely on physical effort, the wealthy rely on mental strategy. While others trade their time for money, the wealthy design systems so that money trades for their time. And here is the shift Napoleon Hill wanted the world to understand. The difference between poverty and wealth is not luck, not background, not connections. It is the difference between working with your hands and working with your mind. Most people work in the system. The wealthy work on the system. Most people take instructions. The wealthy create the instructions. Most people follow the path. The wealthy design the road. This is the shift, the moment your life changes. When you stop asking yourself, how can I work more? And start asking, how can I think smarter? Because at the end of the day, it's not the person who works the hardest who wins. It's the person who sees what others don't, who imagines what others can't, and who acts on ideas others are too afraid to believe in. Wealth doesn't come to the strongest. It comes to the most creative, the most strategic, and the most mentally awake. The world rewards thinkers. And once you embrace that, you step into a completely different reality. The power of imagination. Napoleon Hill called imagination the workshop of the mind. But it's more than that. It is the birthplace of every fortune, the invisible room where the richest ideas in history were formed, before anyone else could see them. Think about it. Everything you touch, wear, drive, listen to, depend on, was once nothing but a thought in someone's mind, a picture no one else believed in, a dream others laughed at. The aeroplane existed in the imagination long before a machine ever touched the sky. Electricity existed as a possibility long before a light bulb lit a single room. The smartphone existed as an idea long before it was an object in your hand. Wealth is created the same way, not in factories, but in minds. Because imagination is not fantasy. Imagination is blueprint creation. It is the mental drafting table where you build the world before the world sees it. Hill understood something most people never realize. Your imagination is your most powerful economic asset. It costs nothing. It has no limits. And unlike your time or your physical energy, it never runs out. Yet most people never use it. They bury their imagination under routine. They silence it with doubt. They suffocate it with fear of judgment. They focus so much on what is that they forget to dream about what could be. The wealthy do the opposite. They treat imagination like oxygen, essential, life-giving, and non-negotiable. While others spend their mornings rushing to work, the wealthy spend their mornings envisioning the future they want to create. They don't ask, "What job can I get?" They ask, "What value can I bring to the world?" They don't ask, "What exists?" They ask, "What is missing?" They don't ask, "What do I know?" They ask, "What can I learn that no one else is learning?" Imagination opens doors that hard work could never break open. It bridges your present to your potential. It allows you to see opportunities hidden in plain sight, opportunities others overlook because they're too busy surviving to dream. And here's the truth. Your next idea could be the turning point of your life. One thought can rewrite your financial future. One concept can elevate you from struggle to stability. One creative spark can shift your destiny if you learn to trust it. Imagination is the seed. Belief is the soil. Action is the water. And success is the harvest. But without imagination, there is nothing to plant. So guard your ideas. Nurture them. Write them down. Protect them from negative voices. Feed them with books, inspiration, and curiosity. Because in a world where everyone is told to follow instructions, the person who dares to imagine becomes unstoppable. The richest people aren't the ones who work the hardest. They're the ones who dare to think beyond their limits. The ones who use imagination as a weapon, a tool, a compass, to create what others can't even see. Imagination has no boundaries, and the moment you unlock it, the world becomes your canvas. Now let's get into fear versus faith. There is a silent battle happening inside every single person. A battle Napoleon Hill studied more than any philosopher of his time. The battle between fear and faith. Fear is the enemy of imagination. Faith is its fuel. Fear whispers, "You're not ready. What if you fail? What will people think?" Faith whispers back, "You'll figure it out. You only fail if you quit."
What people think doesn't matter. Fear paralyzes the mind. Faith activates it. Fear shrinks your world. Faith expands it. Money, success, opportunity, ideas all flow toward the person who operates from faith, not fear. Hill said the mind is a magnet. Whatever you believe, you attract. When you think scarcity, you attract limitations. When you think abundance, you attract possibilities. This is why two people can face the same situation, yet see two completely different worlds. One person sees a problem. The other sees potential. One says, I can't. The other asks, how can I? One person complains about obstacles. The other studies them, removes them, and builds wealth through them. Fear focuses on what could go wrong. Faith focuses on what could go right. Fear tells you to stay where you are. Faith tells you to step into who you could become. Fear protects the comfort zone. Faith destroys it. And here's the truth most people avoid. You cannot build wealth from fear. Fear makes you cling to safety. Fear makes you accept small opportunities. Fear makes you seek permission. Fear convinces you that now is not the right time. But faith gives you the courage to move before you're ready. Faith pushes you to try again after failure. Faith allows you to trust your own vision, even when no one else can see it yet. Napoleon Hill studied 500 of the richest people in history. Every single one of them had one thing in common: a level of self-belief so strong it looked like madness to others. They believed in themselves before they had results, before they had proof, before they had success. That's the secret. You don't wait for evidence to believe. You believe until evidence appears. Choose faith every morning. Choose faith when you're scared. Choose faith when the world doubts you. Because faith opens doors and fear locks them. The wealth mindset. To build wealth, you must think like the wealthy long before you become one. Napoleon Hill called this the wealthy consciousness, a mindset built on clarity, discipline, and responsibility. 1. Think in systems, not salaries. A salary depends on your time. A system works without you. The wealthy don't ask, how much will this pay me? They ask, how can this pay me forever? 2. Value time over money. Money can return. Time can't. The wealthy delegate, automate, and prioritize high-value decisions. 3. Invest in skills, not excuses. Knowledge compounds faster than money. The wealthy learn constantly because every new skill unlocks new opportunities. 4. Decide quickly, adjust slowly. Indecision kills dreams. The wealthy move fast on opportunities, not recklessly, but confidently. 5. Create more than you consume. Most people spend their life watching. The wealthy spend their life building products, ideas, businesses, value. 6. Choose your circle intentionally. Mindsets are contagious. Your environment shapes your expectations, and your expectations shape your results. 7. Believe you deserve success. Wealth starts in the mind. Once you shift from survival to creation, your life starts moving in a completely new direction. At the end of the day, wealth is not created by luck or background or the hours you work. It is created by the mindset you choose to live with. You now know the truth. Money doesn't come from working harder. It comes from thinking higher, from using your imagination, from choosing faith over fear, from building systems, skills, and ideas the world needs. You are not trapped by your circumstances. You are only limited by the boundaries you place on your own mind. Napoleon Hill said, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. So conceive boldly, believe fiercely, act relentlessly. Your next idea could be the spark. Your next decision could be the shift. Your next step could be the beginning of the life you were meant to live. Stand up, think big, move with purpose, and remind yourself every single day, money is not made by working. Money is made by thinking. And today, you start thinking like a creator. Your future is waiting. Go build it.